Hello, my name is Mark Sherwood, and in this lesson I'm going to be talking to you about finding your marker set in different conditions than when I was discussing the same thing in a previous lesson. Because in a previous lesson I discussed finding your marker set in terms of using the same amount of weight on each set for the same exercise. So I gave the example of a person who might be able to do 10 reps on their first set, and then they hit their marker rep, so they stop at that point, which they should, and then they compare that first set with the second set, and they find that they can still do 10 reps before hitting their marker rep on the second set, and they can do the same thing on the third, but on the fourth set they find that fatigue has set in and they can't do as many reps. They hit their marker rep on their 8th or their 9th rep. Well, that's a sign that they should stop doing sets for that exercise or for that given body part right there, or they're going to be doing too many sets, and it's not going to be healthy in terms of an easy adaptation for the body. But what happens if a person decides, which a lot of people do, they decide that they want to vary the amount of weight from one set to the next? Well, use that same system. If you can use the same weight for the same exercise and make it to 4 sets, then that's the number that you should use if you vary the weight as well. In other words, if you're going to vary the weight and you start out with, say, 100 pounds and you can do 12 reps, and then on the next set you go up to 120 and you can do it for 10, and on the next set you're at 140, you can do it for 8, and you move up on the fourth set to 160 and you can do it for 6. Well, that's still 4 sets, even though you varied the amount of weight, and that's what you should do in terms of determining the amount of sets that you should do when you vary the weight from one set to the next. And the same would go if you varied the exercise from one set to the next. Now, I'm talking about varying the exercise for the same body part. So, for instance, the bench press is for chest. And if you wanted to do 4 sets of bench press, because that's where your marker set occurs, then you could also do 4 different exercises for your chest. And start out, say, with the bench press on your first set, and then do the incline press for the second set, and dips for the third set, and flies for your 4th set. But you would still use 4 sets because you already determined that 4 sets with the same weight and the same exercise is the right amount of exercise, and it will transfer into being that same number when you vary the amount of weight or you vary the exercise from one set to the next. So in doing that, you're going to be able to still find your marker set and stay within the boundaries of an easy adaptation for your body.